Hello, welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz. My cup is about to fall over. Um, and I will be guiding you on this journey today, wherever that journey takes us. The journey with my hair is something, you know? I'm trying to figure out the curly hair thing. Um, it's a mess. So anyway, this is what we're doing. So this is a reading for Aries, Sun, Rising, Moon, wherever you have Aries. I mean, there's a ton of shit happening in Aries right now, right? I believe today Mercury is conjunct Chiron. Today is the 14th of April. So even like communicating wounds or, even maybe somebody telling you how they feel. I don't know. Anyway, we just had that eclipse in Aries. The North Node is in Aries. So how are you doing? If you are an Aries, especially like an Aries rising, but wherever you have Aries in your chart. But anyway, sending all my love. I hope you're doing okay, flowing through these energies. Let's get you an oracle card, and then of course we'll get your tarot. Oh, that is too many. Okay. Like cards keep flipping over, but we don't take the cards that flip. We also don't take half of the deck. But the card has to come out. That's the agreement that we have. So it's just a matter of the right card. Finally, how long has it been? 4 minutes. Granted, I was talking for the first minute maybe, so 3 minutes. Anyway, 3 is my favorite number. We have dance with life. Do something to change your energy. I love that, especially, like I mentioned, and as I'm sure you may be aware, there's a lot of stuff that was even going through Aries and, to transmute that energy. We have the 5 of Swords. We have the Tower. Wow. Okay. Let's cool it, okay? Because we have the 5 of Pentacles also. Definitely going through it here. That's okay. That's okay. These tough times, if that's kind of how this reading is going to go, it really is an opportunity to reassess, even to transmute energy. That's what I was going to say before. Like even vigorously cleaning. Something where you're like constantly moving your body. It could even just be dancing, but it does involve something with movement. Like, I don't really think that you can, is this 3 cards? It is. It's kind of weird how those came out, but we have the Ace of Cups. Love that. We have the 9 of Pentacles. Love that. And we have the Strength card. Love that. Hell yeah. We have the King of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, a Hermit. Yeah, I like halfway wish that I had like the overhead view so you could just see. So you could see the table because the top 3 cards are tougher. They're tougher energies. They're transitionary energies though too. So it's definitely like the energy is moving. It might feel tough. It might feel a bit more challenging, but the top 3 cards, 5 of Swords, the Tower, 5 of Pentacles. And then the bottom 3 cards. And I also love how the top 3 came out together and the bottom 3 all came out together. Like that doesn't happen often. But the bottom 3 are the Ace of Cups, the 9 of Pentacles, and the Strength card. So it's not all bad, right? But it's definitely, it's like having those tough conversations and how those tough conversations just really change things. It gets more clarity for you, it gets more clarity for the other person. And I'm just using this as an example, kind of, because we do have the Five of Swords out here. But just as an example of how challenging times can really open doors for better things to come, or just to clear the air to, just kind of get back on a better foot. But we start with the Dance with Life card. I do want to read this and see if there's anything besides the obvious. It might just be the obvious, but let's see. So you look at that. I'll read this. Life is always moving. If you resist this ever-changing flow, your energy will become stagnant and you will fall out of flow with the universe. The universe has a mysterious intelligent force, a natural rhythmic beat, which governs all of life. One of the best ways to shift your energy, frequency, and vibration is to put on some music and dance along with it. When we dance unrestrained, our spirit takes over, and with each new bop, sway, or kick, we are rocked back into harmony and with the rest of life. Get unstuck by doing something that shifts your vibration. Put on some music, dance unrestrained, and fall into the frequency of life. In doing so, your body will begin to learn how to be moved by your intuition, which is connected with this systemic beat. If dancing isn't your thing, then simply do something that you would not usually do to shift the energy. You cannot solve a problem with the same mind that created it, and you cannot attract a different experience without changing your energy first. It's time to shift things up and to find a way to dance along with the beat of life. Okay, like I feel like I look like the Cowardly Lion. That's okay. Yes. All of that. All of that, what it just said. Even, like if you even want to Google, like, what are they called? Ecstatic kirtans? Ecstatic kirtan? Like ecstatic dance, where that's literally, I mean, like the purpose of it, they play music and you're literally just there to move your body however intuitively your body wants to move. You're not there to like interact with other people. It's just like everybody's kind of in their own bubble. You're around other people if that's, uncomfy for you, but and you're just moving, but also even too, like by other people also moving their body. There's this, I don't know why, like it's like a vortex is what kind of keeps coming to mind, I guess, just to describe what I'm saying. But it's like everybody is transitioning or moving energy around, so yours is going to get swept right up in there. And again, there's this transmuting kind of like vibe to it. So I don't know. Maybe just something to Google and see if there is one in your area sometime soon. Ecstatic kirtan, or like a static dance. So, like I said, we start with a Five of Swords. Swords has to do with our mind. I mean, look at this person holding their head, right? But it has to do with our mind, our beliefs, our mindset. Swords are also divine truth and honesty, which is basically authenticity, right? It's absent of emotion, because then it becomes an opinion. Like, what is really true for you? I also see swords as being the suit of ego, because that's generally where we hear our ego, is in our minds. And our ego is created by the stories that we attach to experiences, to feelings, and whether those stories are true or not, or whether they're even ours or not. Did somebody imprint a story on you and you just accepted it as being part of your identity? Also, too, this would be like Chiron in Aries. this feeling of, revisiting wounds, or wherever Aries is in your chart, almost even kind of paying attention to what that house represents and if there's any pain points that come up around that. Also, so our ego becomes the reason why we do and don't do things, right? So the Five of Swords, fives are transitionary energies. They're nothing to pitch a tent and get stuck in, but they are necessary to get us from point A to point B. So there's usually more than one person in the Five of Swords, like there is here. This card talks about, to me, I see this card as being a battle of wits, since we're talking mind, thoughts. It can be manipulation, but not so much, that's more of like the Seven of Swords, but a battle of wits in the sense of like competition, winning at all costs. So this person, you could be either any of these people, but this person seems to have been defeated in some capacity. This person back here looks to be celebrating in some capacity. So it's kind of like this feeling of like somebody won, somebody lost. There's also like this red down here, which, it could be, I think it just really kind of signifies like putting blood, sweat, and tears into a thing. This even can be like being overwhelmed with the energy that has been going on lately. And that's the card that we're opening with, right? So that would definitely be something that you like presently feel. Just some sort of like, even like overstimulation, something to where like it feels like just However, we have the Ace of Cups with it. So, even just look at the difference between these two cards. It really is about like transmuting even the energy from your mind to your heart. Like instead of thinking that you can think your way through a situation, allow that energy to flow down into your heart space and see how you feel about it. Because again, when we have things swirling around in our brain, it's going through the filter of our ego, whatever those stories are, whatever those gremlins are, right? And of course, we can feel those things in our body, like, our body keeps a score thing. However, our heart is more apt to honor your authenticity. Aces are new. Cups have to do with our emotions. So there's definitely either a new way of going about something. There's an opportunity here to fill your own cup in some capacity. Even if this is a tough conversation where you're sharing your feelings, your perception of the situation, whatever that Five of Swords is, there's an opportunity here to come back to your heart space, or even find a new area of love for yourself, for other people. This is also, compassion, grace, self-love, self-worth. Even doing, because there is a lot of green on the table, and I'm wearing green. So even doing, I have some green gemstones here. Who is this? I can't remember the name of this. It starts with an M. Is it Moldavite? Doing heart chakra meditations or clearing or balancing of heart chakra, even that. if you are going to allow yourself to move your body in some capacity, just really focus on filling your cup. Really focus on clearing out any muck. Even like just setting the intention for your crown chakra to be open so that whatever is no longer like serving your highest good can just flow right the F out as you're moving your body. And again, whatever way you're, even if you like go for a walk, if that's accessible, or again, cleaning, or if you do want to throw on some music and just vibe to it, right? But it is about, sit with a tree, you know? And then we have the Tower card. Speaking of transmuting energy, this is like, and I'm not even entirely sure. So there's clearly this lightning strike. I believe that it's like hitting the ground. I don't think that's like a tree. There is this squirrel here. There's some butterflies. There's these acorns or nuts there. There's a lot going on here. But the Tower card, I believe it's actually associated to Mars. Let me see. Which is Aries, right? Yeah. So we have the Emperor, who is Mars, which is Aries, right? And then we have the Tower card. So it's interesting that we did get the Tower card. And even again, having Chiron in Aries, especially around the North Node, because the North Node has to do with our purpose, the direction that we're heading in, right? Even if you don't have an Aries actual North Node, that's just where they are right now. Like for me, that's my 10th house. So it has to do with like my career, how I present myself to other people, right? Or how, yeah, right? And so it's observing what Chiron is bringing up for you, because again, I don't think I've even explained it yet, but the Tower card is about sudden upheaval. It's literally like the crumbling of something. We have this lightning strike here, and how just that one act produces all of this energy, right? Again, transmuting energy, because, there's things that were found, because squirrels hide their nuts, right? So there's things that were found. There's this transition happening. Butterflies represent transformation. And the Tower is only going to affect the things that are no longer serving you. I was just talking about that a couple minutes ago in some capacity. But the Tower isn't going to touch the things that are working for you or that are here to benefit you. They're going to affect only what is no longer serving you. It's closing out timelines. Like if something was kind of left open-ended and you're just kind of like waiting for closure in some capacity, nope. Like the closure was the thing ending. And that's the only type of closure that we need sometimes. So that, boom, gone. If it's a relationship, if it's a job, if it's a belief system that you have, if it's a behavior pattern that you have that is not serving you, then you're going to feel the effects of that. And it's also kind of like one of those things where it's going to be made so uncomfortable for you that it's kind of like you have no choice but to change because life or the universe or whatever has a way of doing that. If you're resisting, it's going to be uncomfortable. The Tower card can be uncomfortable if we resist it, or for as long as we resist it for. But once we surrender and trust and release the things that we already know are not serving our highest good, then it starts to get a bit more smooth, right? And paired with that, we have the 9 of Pentacles. 9s are individual completion. So this has everything to do with you, not the people around you, not the people you interact with, not whatever else, right? It's literally you. And it's also even like discovering your own worth, your own value, Pentacles have to do with our money, how we get it, how we save it, how we spend it. It's our time. Where are we physically showing up in our lives? What are we putting our time into? It's also our health and our physical body, our possessions, right? I mean, where we live. Again, the things that we place value and worth on. And with the 9, this is, financial independence, independence in general. This is like kind of that single girl card. This is also like, I keep hearing something about like fruit being ripe for the picking. It's even like having your choice, choose one. And also let's observe that she's not choosing the largest pentacle available, right? So it doesn't have to do with size. It has to do with quality. Also, even recognizing that there's inherent worth in literally everything. Everything that you do, everything that you like believe in, that you put your time into. All of these pentacles have different designs on them too. I will tell you, I don't think I ever looked this deep into this card before. But all of the stuff is like coming through with it. There's also this book back here that I've never even noticed before. So it like feels like something that you have been working towards, researching, again, really putting your time, your resources, your energy into, finally paying off, like literally seeing the fruits of your labor. And this is something that you did, like you got yourself here. You're the one that grew these pentacles to a point of being ripe enough to pick. And again, not seeing one over, like not believing that one is greater than the other based on like size. I don't know why that keeps coming to mind, but I think it's because they're reaching for a smaller looking pentacle. And I do think that there's a reason for that, because I think too, just like conditioning, culture, capitalism, consumerism, blah, 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 right? I think it has us all kind of convinced that bigger means better. And it's not. Like, right? There's inherent value in literally everything. And the fact that all of these pentacles grew to whatever size that they are is, I don't even think that those are actual, it looks like they're hanging from ropes. Now that I'm like looking at them, I thought they were like vines. Also, I don't even think, how long are we going to talk about this 9 of Pentacles? I'm loving this right now. I don't even think she's actually picking this pentacle. I think she's holding it up so that this bird can launch, can fly away. That looks like a dove. What's the meaning behind a dove? Please hold. Purity of spirit, integrity, honesty, and deep inner peace. It is no coincidence that in the human realm, doves have often been used to carry messages, literally. Encourages us to seek peace within ourselves, to cultivate a heart that is free from turmoil, and to extend an olive branch of reconciliation to others. It is said when a dove comes into your life, you should release things from your past that hold you back. Universal symbol of eternal peace. The dove totem reminds us that it is fine to mourn what has passed, but to also awaken to the promise of the future. Okay. Very cool. Let's move on, because I feel like I could literally get stuck in this card. I have been stuck in this card for however long. Then we have the 5 of Pentacles. So it's kind of like I said, like on the top, there's these cards that maybe you're feeling these energies right now, but on the bottom, it's like, it's these messages about what is to come as a result of going through this shit. Truly. So the Five of Pentacles talks about lack, scarcity, feeling left out in the cold, contained or isolated in some capacity. What is so interesting about this specific Five of Pentacles, though, is a couple things. Are they locked in a room? Or, because, I mean, here's the key, right? Assuming this key goes into that keyhole. So if they are locked in this room, they're making a decision to be there because they could just use the key and leave and, get out of this energy of even uncertainty, loneliness, not having enough, feeling like you're not going to have enough. Or does this door like have nothing to really do? Like, is it that they're sitting outside of the door and literally all they have to do is put the key in there and actually physically walk through the door, but maybe they're scared, maybe they're fearful, maybe there's some doubt there, maybe they're just working through some things, maybe they don't want to go about it alone. Again, this could be Chiron and Aries. I don't know why that keeps coming up. I feel like I'm kind of beating a dead horse with that. But it really is like the availability to look at what is preventing you from, or what is even kind of keeping you in this type of energy. With it being also at the end of the reading, it could just be that you're going to have to spend some time unpacking your baggage, unraveling the onion. It could also be that you literally, like, the choice is yours. Do you want to get up, grab that key, put it in the door, and see what's behind it? Instead of continuing to be in this energy, it's like literally the choice is yours. You can stay there if you want to, but it's like literally the opportunity is right there. And again, it could be the uncertainty of it is scary. It could be, this is, like my nervous system is attuned to this way of being, right? This level of stress, this level of depression, this level of whatever. And I don't really know any other way of being, which is also too about like doing heart chakra balancing, meditations, or even transmuting the energy, because you don't have to know what is going to replace this energy. You just have to know that you don't want it anymore. Was this card even talking about past? What were we? No, it was the dove. Literally, I think I just said it was like literally the dove about, right? Yeah. It's fine to mourn what has passed, but also awaken to the promise of the future. And then we have the strength card. This is literally like determination. This is inner strength. It's trusting yourself. This is a card of Leo. We have, like a decent amount of fire out here. We actually have all of the elements, which is nice and balanced. That rarely happens. But we have this little innocent little lamb down here, and then they are transforming into the lion up there. Even again, the heart pendant on their necklace. So again, strength is about inner strength, perseverance, determination. It's knowing that you have what it takes. You have the energy, you have the ability to transmute this energy. And it's almost kind of like the energy with the strength card being here, the energy is available for you to do this. Like you would be very supported by the powers that be. Just the energy around you is very supportive of this transformation, this transition. And also knowing that it's temporary. Like this isn't, if you have kind of been in a funky, stagnant, whatever kind of mood, just know that that is temporary and things are changing. We have the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. There's another lion. So In the Strength card, the lion is part of this person. In this card, this lion feels like a guide to me, almost like kind of inching you along. And I said this to somebody else who, one of the other readings where the King of Wands came up, but it's kind of like you wouldn't, like if there was a lion behind you, like there is here, you're going to keep moving forward, right? It's not like you're just going to turn around and be like, I don't want to go in that direction anymore. I'm just going to head back towards a lion. Like, right? You're not. So it's almost kind of like this energy that's just kind of like inching you forward. It's not going to let you go back. There's no going back. If you wanted to, the lion would be like, really? Like you're going to go against me? No. Kings are also the highest expression of the suit. So wands have to do with action, the motivation behind the actions that we take. It's creativity, passion. How are we communicating those things? What actions are we taking towards those things? I also see wands as being information, like experience, right? Because that's what we get by trying things. We figure out what works. We figure out what doesn't work. What do we like? What don't we like? And truly the only way to do that is by trying things. So the King of Pentacles has tried everything. They rely, they trust their experience. This is also the entrepreneur of the tarot. So whether you want to be an entrepreneur or not, but it's an energy of like creative freedom, going about things in your own authentic, unique way. It's being an authority, right? It's, people looking up to you or looking to you for guidance, being a role model. This could even be somebody else, like a mentor coming in. We have the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. I mean, all of this behind or at the bottom of the deck is all good stuff. So that's why, again, just remember, energy is temporary, whether good, bad, otherwise. And right now, you're being invited to transmute that energy and just get it moving. If it's stuck in your body, get it moving in some capacity. And I wish you all the best. And I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I also think it's funny that I mentioned that I look like the Cowardly Lion, and we have the lion here. There's a lion back here. So I'm that lion pushing you forward. Thanks. Bye.